Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. Well, today we're going headfirst into crypto land.
Oh, yeah. Always exciting.
Is it ever? Specifically, we're looking at Dogecoin and XRP today.
Lots going on with those two, huh?
You said it. Trying to figure out what's really worth paying attention to, you know?
Right. Cut through the noise.
Exactly. And we've got some pretty interesting sources to help us with that.
Yeah, we do.
Articles from Crypto News and one from Tech Bullion.
All super recent.
Yeah, like just yesterday and today, January 7th and 8th, 2025.
Fresh off the press, practically.
Okay, so first thing that jumped out at me, a Dogecoin whale.
Ah, yeah.
Just moved a crazy amount of DOGE 70 million over to Binance.
That is a lot of Doge. Makes you wonder what they're up to.
Doesn't it? And then on top of that, XRP seems like it might be ready to make a big move too.
It does, yeah. There's a lot happening with both of them, that's for sure. And get this, both are kind of being affected by things happening outside of crypto too, you know.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, Dogecoin, for instance, it's kind of facing some pushback. I think it's partly because of the U.S. bond yields going up.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that.
They're sitting at 4.67% now. And that tends to, make riskier assets like crypto a little less appealing to some people.
Makes sense. So that might be part of why DOGE is having a little bit of a rough time.
Could be.
I was looking at that Crypto News article. Is Dogecoin price about to crash?
Oh, yeah, that one.
And they were talking about that big 70 million DOGE transfer to Binance. They said that whales usually only move that much crypto when they're about to sell,
Yeah. Big transfers like that can definitely be a sign. Plus, even just looking at the technical stuff, DOGE is trading below its 50-day moving average at the moment.
Which basically means?
It means it's been performing worse than its average price over the past 50 days. And on top of that, it might be forming what's called a bearish pattern. That's when you see a series of lower highs. Could mean the price keeps dropping.
So, should people be worried? Like, is it time to panic about a Dogecoin crash?
Well, I wouldn't say panic just yet. It's not quite that straightforward. If you zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, 2025 might actually turn out to be a pretty good year for Dogecoin.
Really? Even with all this stuff we're talking about?
Yeah. There's one big thing that could really shake things up: government involvement.
Ah, interesting.
You see, the incoming Trump administration, they've been signaling that they're going to be pretty crypto-friendly. They even announced a new Department of Government Efficiency. And get this, Dogecoin is going to be its mascot.
Wait, seriously, a DOGE department?
I kid you not, it's really happening. So, while the short term might be a little shaky, the possibility of some real government support could have a big impact on Dogecoin in the long run. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. So, given all that, would you say now's a good time to buy the dip? Or is it too risky?
Honestly, it's a tough call. The bond yields going up, that definitely makes it riskier. But if Trump's pro-crypto talk actually turns into some policies that help Dogecoin, then, well, who knows? Could see some big gains. But I think it's smart to just wait and see how those policies develop first, Don't just jump in because of the hype.
Good point. Okay, well, speaking of exciting stuff, let's switch gears and talk about XRP for a bit.
Sounds good.
I was reading this article from Crypto News. XRP chart signals major surge. Is $5 just the beginning?
Catchy title.
Right. They seem pretty optimistic about XRP's future.
Yeah, and there are definitely some signs pointing to an upward trend, for sure. We're seeing a triple bottom pattern forming on the charts. That's when it bounces off a support level 3 times, which usually means buyers are coming in. Some analysts are saying this could signal a move towards $45.
Wow, that's a big jump. And I saw in Tech Bullion that XRP just overtook Solana in market cap, which is pretty huge.
Yeah.
So what's fueling all this optimism for XRP all of a sudden?
Couple of things, I think. First, you've got the Trump bump.
Ah, right.
His whole pro-crypto thing is creating a lot of buzz in the market.
And it doesn't seem like it's just talk either. That Crypto News article, they mentioned that Ripple execs met with Trump right before a deadline in that SEC case.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's got to be significant.
I thought so too.
Absolutely. That SEC lawsuit has been a big weight on Ripple for a while now, and if it goes their way, it could be a huge boost for XRP.
For sure. And then you've got the whole ETF thing.
Oh, right.
That XRP ETF, inching closer to reality under favorable U.S. regulations article, they were saying an XRP exchange-traded fund might actually get approved pretty soon.
Interesting.
And if it gets even close to the kind of inflow that Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs got, well, that's got to be a lot of money.
I have $120 billion. Yeah, the potential for XRP is gigantic if an ETF gets the green light.
So is all this just hype? Or is there actually some substance behind it all?
Honestly, I think it's a mix. The bullish signals are definitely there, but the regulatory landscape, that's still a big question mark. How that SEC case turns out, that's going to be a major deciding factor for XRP's future.
Okay. And while we're talking about Ripple making moves, Tech Bullion also mentioned this new partnership with Chainlink.
Did they? I must have missed that. What's it about?
Something to do with their stablecoin, RLUSD.
Ah, right. They're using Chainlink's price data to make RLUSD more secure and easier to use on different DeFi platforms, trying to get more into the decentralized finance world,
Interesting. Now, before we move on, there's one more thing I wanted to touch on. A new meme coin Catslap, or SLIP, it's up like 27% in just a week.
Wow. Meme coins, they just keep coming, don't they?
They do. Tech Bullion even had this article. XRP price dips as SLIP jumps 27% in a week ahead of airdrop. They said some early investors are already seeing gains of like 3,000%.
3,000%. Man, that's a lot. So is this the next big thing, the next Dogecoin or Shiba Inu?
That's what we need to figure out.
Right.
What's the deal with Catslap?
Well, let's see. According to Tech Bullion, it's all about this thing they're calling a slap-to-earn protocol.
Slap to earn. Okay, now I'm really curious.
Me too, actually. The details are still a little fuzzy, but from what I gathered, it's all about getting the community involved, rewarding people who are active. There's an airdrop coming soon for people like that, which might be driving some of the hype.
Airdrops, they always get people excited.
Don't they? It's like a built-in FOMO machine.
That fear of missing out is real.
Oh, for sure. And then you've also got the whole influencer thing on top of that. The article mentioned this YouTuber, Clay Bro. He's got over 134,000 subscribers, and he's all in on Catslap.
Ah, so he's hyping it up.
Big time. And influencer endorsements like that can really make a difference these days, It's like word of mouth on steroids.
So it's a catchy name, it's got people excited, and it's got some big names backing it. It sounds like the classic meme coin recipe for success, right?
It does, doesn't it? But
well,
there's a but coming, isn't there? I think there's always a but with meme coins. I mean, we've seen so many come and go, right? And a lot of people end up disappointed.
Yeah, that's true. So how do we tell the difference? How do we figure out which meme coins are actually worth paying attention to and which ones are just pump and dump schemes?
Well, I think the first thing is to be careful of anything that seems shady or secretive. Are the people who made it anonymous? Is the code open for anyone to see? Those are important things to check.
What about the tokenomics? Like how the tokens are distributed and all that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Look for a distribution plan that's clear and makes sense. Are there any ways to stop big players from manipulating the price? Are the developers keeping way too many tokens for themselves? Stuff like that. Those are all red flags.
Okay, that makes sense. And ultimately, don't we have to ask, does this coin actually do anything? Does it have any use beyond just being a funny meme?
That's the million-dollar question, right? If the answer is no, then you really got to be careful. The hype might be tempting, but meme coins can be super unpredictable and risky.
Right. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of what we've covered so far. We've got Dogecoin facing some uncertainty right now because of the bond yields and all that, but then there's this whole government support thing that could really change things in the long term.
Right. Two sides of the coin, so to speak.
Very funny.
That's right.
And then there's XRP, which is showing some good signs, but is still kind of stuck waiting for that SEC lawsuit to finish and the possibility of an EPF approval.
Big moments for XRP, that's for sure.
And then you've got Catslap, which is a total wild card. Could be huge, could be nothing. But it's definitely got that meme coin energy going for it.
It does. It's almost like the whole crypto world in a nutshell, isn't it? Full of potential, full of risk, and you never know what's going to happen next.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting.
Absolutely. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
So you've been following the crypto world for a while now.
I have. It's been quite a ride.
It has. And with all this uncertainty, all these different things happening, what would you say is the most important thing for our listeners to be watching right now? What should they really be paying attention to in 2025?
That's a great question. I think it really comes down to what each person's goals are and how much risk they're comfortable with. Some people are okay with things being really up and down, while others want something more stable. But no matter what, information is key. Gotta stay informed.
Right, so info first. What then?
Then I'd say really try to understand the tech behind each coin and what it's actually used for. Don't just get caught up in the hype or the price swings. Ask yourself, what problem does this coin actually solve? Is it being used in the real world? Is there a good team behind it? Things like that.
So basically, look beyond the memes.
Exactly. Memes are fun, and they definitely have a place in the crypto world, but for real, lasting growth, you need real value, real use cases.
That makes sense. So let's say someone's willing to take on a bit more risk. They're looking for that next big thing, the next moonshot. Would a coin like Catslap be on their radar?
Maybe, but they gotta be smart about it. Meme coins are super volatile, you know? They need to do their research, understand the risks, and never invest more than they can afford to lose.
That's good advice for any investment, really. But someone who wants something a little safer, maybe someone who's new to crypto, would they be better off sticking with something that's been around longer, like Dogecoin or XRP?
I'd say so, yeah. Those coins still have risks, of course, but they've been around longer, so there's more data, more history to look at.
So with Dogecoin, it sounds like the big thing to watch is how those government policies actually turn out.
Yeah. Could be really interesting, actually.
Right. Like a real-world example of how government involvement can affect a cryptocurrency.
Exactly. We've seen governments crack down on crypto, but not really this level of support. Who knows what could happen? It'll be interesting to watch.
And with XRP, it seems like the big question is what happens with that SEC lawsuit?
Without a doubt. If it goes well for Ripple, it could be huge for XRP. Could finally get that ETF approval and open the door for a lot more investment.
But if it goes the other way, it could really take the price, huh?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's high stakes, that's for sure. Which is why it's so important to stay informed, do your own research, and not just buy into the hype or get caught up in FOMO.
Right. Don't let your emotions make your decisions for you.
Exactly. There are a lot of opportunities in crypto, but there are also a lot of risks. Got to be smart about it.
Great advice. So basically what we're saying is stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This is a dynamic space. Things are changing all the time. There are new trends popping up left and right, and there's always something new to learn.
Who knows? Maybe someone listening right now will be the one to discover the next big thing. Maybe it's something we haven't even talked about today.
I hope so. That's what makes this so fun. The possibilities are endless. It really is.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless. You know, it's kind of funny, right?
Okay.
We're talking about all this crazy tech, these billion-dollar coins, and then you've got Catslap with its slap-to-earn protocol. It's just wild.
I know, right? It's like a reminder that even in this world of serious finance and cutting-edge tech, there's still room for some fun.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe Catslap will surprise us all. Maybe it'll actually turn into something big.
Stranger things have happened in the crypto world, that's for sure.
No doubt. So, okay, thinking about everything we've talked about today, Dogecoin with its government connection, XRP and that whole SEC saga, and then Catslap with its meme-tastic rise.
Yeah.
Which one are you most intrigued by right now? The one you're kind of watching most closely?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm fascinated by all of them for different reasons, you know, like Dogecoin becoming this government-backed coin. That's a story I never thought I'd see.
Right. It's wild.
And then XRP finally breaking free from all that regulatory stuff and maybe actually reaching its full potential. That's a big one too.
For sure.
But I think I'm most curious about Catslap.
Really? Why Catslap?
I don't know. There's just something about it. Maybe it's the name. Maybe it's the whole slap to earn thing. But it just feels different. Like it has this energy, you know?
I get it. It's like a little spark of chaos in a world that can sometimes take itself a little too seriously.
Yes, exactly. And who knows? Maybe that chaos will lead to something amazing, or maybe it'll just fizzle out. Either way, I'm hooked. I want to see what happens.
I feel that. And that's what makes this whole space so much fun to follow, isn't it?
Totally. Always something new happening. Always something to keep you guessing. So for all of you listening out there, we want to hear from you.
Yes.
What are you most excited about in 2025? What coins are you watching? Hit us up on social media and let us know. Let's keep this conversation going.
For sure. And as always, everyone, do your own research, stay informed, and invest responsibly.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of crypto. Until next time.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure.
It is. But hey, that's part of what makes it so fun, right?
Totally. Keeps things interesting.
Exactly. So if you're out there listening and you're feeling inspired, don't be afraid to jump in. Explore different projects, do your research, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun. It's all about the journey, right?
It is. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to discover the next big thing in crypto. Maybe it's something we haven't even talked about today.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of this. You know, it's such an exciting space.
Me too. Me too. All right. Well, that about wraps it up for today's deep dive.
Another one for the books.
It was a good one. Thanks for joining us and sharing all your insights.
Always a pleasure.
And everyone listening, we'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the world of crypto.